Salutations, felicitations, and jubilations. Welcome to another episode of the RP Gamer Experience. JCServant plays Dragon Quest XI. This is part 25 that I'm up to now. I'm about 65 or so hours into the game proper, at least playing at my speed, which is a little bit slower than most, according to how long to beat. I am your host, Phil Willis, aka JCServant, the Utah Polygamers with RPGamer.com, your source for news, reviews, and home to the best gaming community on the net. Check out our plethora of podcasts, reviews, impressions, and so much more over at RPGamer.com. And we're ready to jump into yet some more exciting Dragon Quest XI. Let me catch you guys up with a recap in case you took a break from the last episode. As a reminder, this is the video on demand portion, which I cut these out. I chop them up. I don't do a lot of great transitions. I'm not a graphic video editor, but I do take out a lot of the grindy parts. In this episode, we should be heading to what I assume is a dungeon. I don't know, but that's the implication here, and I'll explain why in just a minute. So if I hit any long grindy parts, I will just, cut those out, and suddenly I'll jump from here to here. And that way you don't get stuck watching me grind for an hour and a half. That can make some of the video on demand, the videos kind of really, really short because there was just a lot of content cut out. If you want to see the full experience of this game and many more that I play, make sure you follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/rpgamer. Alternatively, you can hang out on our Discord channel at rpgamer.com/discord. Come and be part of the conversation. You can also subscribe to me on Twitter at JCServant. And I always post there as well whenever I start a new show, if you don't mind getting my tweets about other things in life that are important to me mixed in there. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the game. I've done some extra prep work this morning, and I've gotten it to a part where we're ready to go ahead and get on to the next area. So we're going to take a look. Now, before I do that, let me see if I can pull up the menu here and pull up info and the story so far. Bring this sound down here a titch from the game. Having summoned the great Cetacea, Phil and his friends take to the skies in search of a means to defeat the Lord of Shadows. They find the floating island Benedictus told them of, and enter the Temple of Dawn. There they meet a child, the last of the Watchers. Phil recovers the guiding light from the depths of the temple and turns his attention to the Yggdrasil saplings surrounding it. Examining each in turn, he is granted visions of Erdwin, luminary of legend, and his companions. They appear to be gathering ore and a great hammer before using them to craft a mighty sword at the enormous forge. The friends see that this sword is what they will need in order to defeat the Lord of Shadows, and set out to follow in Erdwin's footsteps to forge it for themselves. Having gathered the Orcalacium ore and the forging hammer with which the sword can be crafted, they make their way to the Crucible, where they set about creating this incredible weapon. Now, sword of light in hand, they set out for the Fortress of Fear to face the Lord of Shadows at last. All right, so we're headed to fight the Lord of Shadows, right? I mean, this must be the end of the game. I mean, we got all the gang back together. We forged the Sword of Light. We're heading towards the Lord of Shadows himself. This must be the end. Some would say, I can see the light as they're, heading to the great beyond. I can see the darkness, right? As I head towards the end of this thing, right? Fortress of Fear. Use the Sword of Light to destroy the barrier. Well, no. I think I'm just going to leave the barrier there. Of course I'm going to destroy the barrier. I have the power! Thundercats, ho! The barrier surrounding the Fortress of Fear melts away.
So this is it.
It's time to go and get our revenge.
Yeah. It definitely looks big and impressive and all that other jazz. Okay. So I'm going to keep the video recording right now for VOD, and we'll just walk into this, and if I start getting into a ton of random fights, then I'll cut the video. Again, I say random, but they're all over the place. But if there's a bunch of enemies here, I will probably take them on. Oh.
Mordegon's domain, at last. We must be on our guard. Look out!
You must watch out for those giant falling swords there, Illuminary.
What in the...
Oh. You
eluded my blade. Of course, I would expect no less from the vanquishers of my fellow spectral sentinels.
Oh, he is a specimen.
I am Indignus, gatekeeper of the Fortress of Fear. Luminary, you have done well to make it this far. An impressive feat indeed for a mere human.
Aw, thank you for the praise.
But this is where your story ends. You shall not meet my master. You shall die like dogs at his door!
Oh, I think it's time for
So wait.
Big Boss
Let's do this.
Battle. It is, it is, it is. Actually, let me have Hendrix first. Let's pop in Luminary. How you doing, Doomerang, buddy? Nice to see you this morning. We got Jade, we got Rab. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Actually, let me pop him in there for some oomph. All right, Jade. Let's get all fired up, Jade.
So much power!
Yeah, don't make Jade unhappy here. Let's give you some little oomphle here, Jade. Pump you up a little bit further. I'm going to have you now swap out. Savando did his one oomph spell. He's good to go. I swear somebody else has an oomph spell, but not oomphle. Let's pop in... Oh, I do have Rab in the team already. I'll just pop Luminary back in there for a while. Alright, Hendrik. What you got for me, bud? You can buff people. You can do a little buff. A little kabuff. Do you use Serena Veronica's abilities at all? I mean, I've used Serena for Serena's abilities. Veronica's abilities, every once in a while, I think I popped it in there just to wipe out some enemies. I haven't done a whole bunch of grinding. I feel like if you got a bunch of AoEs, you're better for grinding, right? Whereas you've got single target damage and support, you're better for bosses. And so I'm not sure. I haven't done a whole bunch of grinding since getting her in the team. Let's see here. Oh, it's Rab's turn. Let's do sap. Sap, 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 sap. Sap. Best 2 magic points you'll ever spend. Oh, he even sounds vicious when he does that. Holy cow, that was rude. But see, now it's Jade's turn. Jade is fully buffed. She's in me mode. And she's the guy's been sapped. So, it is time for multi-thrust. Is that 600 points? Usually she does 800, but I think she might have missed one of those attacks. I think. I think I just picked up Giga Slash, which really looks like an AoE. Usually against a single enemy, I've just been using Falcon Slash for a quick 2-hitter. I mean, not bad at extra 500 points of damage.
Do not give in.
Gonna buff. Gonna buff. Let's multi-heal, I guess. Don't like everybody being down a third of their hit points. Ooh, a magic attack. Oh, that's rude. 800 more damage. I love Jade. Let's see. I'm gonna try some Right as Rain. I do love Right as Rain. Oh, he's in Super Saiyan mode now. Let's go ahead and just pop Jade up a bit. Can't have her knocking out on me. Hendrik, buddy, what you got for me? I think we've got everybody buffed up twice. He can actually do... Actually, he can do Magic Barrier to help protect against spells. Aw, knocked him down. That's so rude. Didn't even take him out to dinner first. So what's new with you today, Doomerang? Do anything new, fun, and exciting lately? Keep it up, Jade. Doing a good job.
Leave it to me!
My fate.
Do not give in.
He really has a hard-on for Jade. Rab is paralyzed. Luckily, we have more than one healer in the party. Though Sylvando has a really nice group heal as well. So I've got multiple ways to heal the party. But let's pop in Serena because I hardly use her.
I'll do my very best.
Alright. With that done, Jade is free to thrust some more. This does blow away like all of her magic points, but it's so worth it. Oh great, her buffs are about to all go away. Need to finish this guy off. Like that. There we go.
We win again.
You drove home, ate some food, and sang, woo! Alright. Hard on for Jade. It's all about the kinkiness here. I don't know. They put her in
My
a bunny
strength
rabbit
grows ever greater.
outfit every time I power her up, so I can't help but do the jokes. I don't even know how much really revamping that spell or that ability really does to buff her up exactly. I don't know if it just opens up other abilities or it really gives her a true stat boost. I should probably look that up sometime. But that's my combination for taking down bosses. Buffing up Jade, keeping everybody kind of protected and healed, and occasionally getting in an attack with the Luminary or Hendrix who do decent damage. But Jade being the main damage dealer, and it just works really well for me.
How could mere humans defeat the mighty Indignus? But it matters not. No matter how hard you fight, This world belongs to the Lord of Shadows. What is done cannot be undone.
Okay, I don't need like a long epitaph. When you're talking really slowly, I don't have a lot of patience. How many colors of orbs do I have back now? Can I have a tally? Updated tally? Am I up to like 4, 5, 6? Who knows?
The Lord of Shadows awaits within. Onward.
Onward, luminary soldier, marching as to war.
Hear me, Jesper. The fate that has bound us together for so long ends here.
With the sign of the luminary going on before. Oh, well, that's convenient. I don't have to like warp out and warp back in here. So, as we all know, Doomring, I mentioned at the beginning, you might have missed it, but I mentioned at the beginning, I must be ready to beat this game, right? Because we got all the crew back together, we put together the Sword of Power, the Luminary, we went through that adventure, and we're at the Big BEG's castle, right? Big Bad Evil Guy. So this must be the end of the game. They're like, okay, it's time to take them down. Literally says right here. Head to the Fortress of Fear and take down Lord of Shadows. So I'm very excited because I'm sure this is the very end of the game. There's no way there's any sort of swerve or curve coming up. No way. Alright, looks like we have a big dungeon here, so for you video on demand people, I'll go ahead and pause this. I'll show a couple of fights, and we can take a look at my lineup, and then I'll go ahead and pause this so you don't get stuck watching me on video on demand for a whole bunch of extra fights if you're just trying to stick around for the story. But in the meantime, let me do a lineup change here. So usually for dealing with, you know, wandering monsters and the such, I tend to go with pop Eric in there. Kind of got Sarita. She does good AoE. Rab does some, but Sarita's probably better at it. Sylvando's also good for AoE that doesn't actually cost me anything, so I'll usually pop him in there. Do a couple of fights here. Get an impression of the castle. It is pretty fancy, even though it is kind of like copied in chunks. But it is pretty cool looking. Oh, these headless horsemen guys again. These guys are just the creeps. Now, I got like an AoE team here, but of course I'd only fight one of these things, which really doesn't help me really to show that stuff off, but... Yeah, there's an argument to be made. That you know, they give you the reason to swap around party members a lot for a reason.
Is it my turn?
Let me just take Jade out in case this ends up being one of those things. He's probably got high defense too. Frizz says, oh, she does have Oomful. Okay. I gotta get more used to her spell since she's been back in the party. I mean, she really is everything. So to answer your question, I guess I am using more of Veronica's abilities because I believe Oomph would be a Veronica spell. I could be wrong. But I can see myself using Veronica's support spells. There we go. See, Jade, when it comes to single target, Jade's just going to take you out. Yeah, fighting one enemy in an RPG in a random battle, it does feel like such a waste of time. This is absolutely true. So going back to Eric, who I've got using boomerangs. Looks like we got a couple of guys here. You know, they're just kind of set up here. They're not wandering around, so
Victory will be ours.
These feel more like set accounts than whatnot. All right, Eric's turn. So for the strategy I've come up here with Eric, he usually goes first because he has higher agility. Use that first round to divide, which costs you a whopping, 6 magic points. So makes your neck attack triple, right? If you want extra oomph, you can always, have somebody cast oomph on him to pile on the pain.
Strong, my loves.
Just depends on how far in you want to go with the magic points. Wow, Eric just took it on the head. That's why you have Hendrik as like a backup healer. Sorry about that, Eric. There you go, buddy. then you can kasap them.
You brought this on yourself.
Because the idea here now is you're going to use Eric, who's been tripled, to boomerang them all to death. And if you want extra, boomerang death, he does have a couple of abilities like Power Throw that can, do more damage or whatnot. I don't think I really need it here. And there you go, 200 to 300 points of quick damage to all enemies. That didn't cost a whole lot of magic points in return. But that's just kind of the way I roll. And then Sylvando gets in extra group damage with his whip. No, I don't hate Eric. I don't. I just think he's overrated. There's a difference.
Who else wants some?
There's a difference. I don't hate him.
Nice.
I do think he also needs a better outfit. And I gotta do something to find him a better outfit. I don't think... an outfit between... oh, I need a Corsair's coat. Oh, if I can craft that, then finally he could have something that looks different than his ratty beginner newbie clothes. Okay, so now we've kind of gone back into some random enemies here, and we got a lot more to discover. So I'll put the video VOD on pause here for you guys, and we might have some more today. This might be all there is for today, just because I don't get to stream too long in the mornings, but there'll always be another part 26 that will continue our trip through the Fortress of Fear. I'll definitely be making sure I record any significant dialogue or boss battles. So thank you guys so much for watching on demand. Oh, I'm still playing for another hour though, Doomerang. I just stopping the video on demand. In-game, Eric is the best deep sea. Yeah, you have to get all the way to in-game, play this game for like 300 hours? Yeah, no, that's silly. I'm not really in it for this.